In this section, I'm going to talk about some of the more important of the latest features in EMDS version 7. Again, my colleagues on this are listed below. I'm going to start out by looking at the current platforms supported in EMDS version 7. ArcMap has been a component of EMDS from the very beginning, but we've also added recently, or are in the process of adding, QGIS, Map Window, and .spatial, all of which are open source GIS alternatives. A little further out on the horizon, we are planning on a standalone workbench, which Steve will be talking about a little bit more later, and a web-based enterprise edition, initially based on Azure Government Cloud. Databases supported currently include SQLite, SQL Server, and Oracle. A little further out, we'll be adding, of course, Azure SQL Server to support the cloud environment, and Postgres. The engines are the core analytical tools in EMDS. These include NetWeaver, which has been a part of EMDS from the very beginning and supports logic processing. And NetWeaver was selected from the very beginning because its capability to support the design of very large, complex, abstract models. In 2002, we added Criterion Decision Plus, or CDP, which provides multi-criteria decision analysis. This supports both strategic and tactical planning in version 7. Recent additions include Visirule, which provides prologue-based decision trees, which allow for more complex reasoning, particularly suitable for tactical planning. And then also Genie. This brings Bayesian network capabilities to EMDS. And it should be pointed out that the workflow environment of EMDS allows invoking any sequence of these engines in any order you want, as many times as you want, to support almost arbitrarily complex analytical problems. In terms of the architecture, for some who are not maybe that familiar with EMDS, as a quick overview, it supports multiple assessments. This is important because most environmental problems usually can't be solved by addressing the question at any one single scale, but instead, oftentimes, 2 or maybe more scales are necessary to address the full scope of an environmental analysis. And these assessments are defined by a set of layers and spatial extents that are defined by the users when they build a project. Within assessments, there can be multiple analyses. This is useful because the analytical engines that we looked at in the last slide can be run either in parallel or in series with each other within an assessment. Also within an analysis, in the NetWeaver context, we can run multiple scenarios, and these basically deal with what-if questions, such as what if we altered the data? How does that change the outcome? Or what if we change the structure of the model? How does that change the outcome? And then finally, the analyses and scenarios that are generated can be compared with the new change detection utility that we've added in version 7. To complement the analytical engines that we looked at a bit ago, we have scripting tools including R, JavaScript, Python, and C#. The tasks for these can be inserted anywhere in a sequence of analytical tasks in a workflow, and they're designed to support some basic operations such as data analysis and data summarization, or data transformation to move information between from the outputs of one analytical engine to another. So back to workflows. EMDS is in fact built on the open source Windows Workflow Foundation, and this supports task sequencing via flowcharts, sequential diagrams, and state machines. Our workflow environment leverages an earlier technology called Trident. This was an open source workflow solution and editor originally developed by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and was also likewise built on the Windows Workflow Foundation. EMDS, in fact, uses several of the UI and provenance structures from Trident. In terms of the workflow engines and editors within Trident, the activities can be programmed in either Visual Basic or C#. Also there, you can call external scripts written in R, Python, or JavaScript. And we will be adding a little bit in the future both KNIME and Wexflow, which are alternative workflow environments that support in particular data processing and statistics with R. Somewhat further on the horizon, we'll be adding support for map publishing services, including ArcGIS Online and Map Server, which is an open source alternative. We'll be developing a web-based enterprise edition, a semantic editor, which allows for reading and implementing ontologies in the decision support environment. And then a couple other things, PowerShell commands for batch workflow processing, and an EMDS workbench for spatial and non-spatial analysis workflows, which again Steve will be talking about a little bit later. Thank you.